Hi, this is Angie Janovic, and I'm going to talk about my Module 5, Understanding My Community. I work for USD 230, which is the Spring Hill School District. Our boundaries are set up where we serve Spring Hill, but we also serve the city of Olathe, a little bit of Overland Park. So that means we serve different cities and even different counties. The south side of Spring Hill is Miami County. The north side into the tiny southern tip of Olathe that we serve is the Johnson County side. I currently live in Spring Hill, so there's a little different dynamics there. As I go through some of the slides, there's a little bit of differences in our schools because they are in different counties. In Spring Hill, where I live, they are very proud of the history and living in the community. You can really tell that they take pride in that. They have the historic downtown. They've been working on bringing in more businesses and restoring some of those. They have registered historic houses, and they really try and keep some of that history going. They even have the first jail cell. It's now out at a display. It was at the park. Just to keep, you see some of the history around the town. You can tell that family, faith, and schools and helping others are important. There are many churches, even in the small town. We've got Methodist, Lutheran, Nazarene. But they all come together. They're all just wanting to help the community and work together. They have a golf course, Sycamore Ridge Golf Club. They have just a new business as an escape house in our small town. A lot of baseball with youth recreation. And I put food pantry and clothes closet because I feel that those are, they're not just there. The community really works to keep those going and reach out to people and the volunteers and to make those beneficial and really go out to the community. And of course, they also have their fall festival and their parades and bring in music and just bringing everyone together. A little bit about the population. Just to see the difference, I put Spring Hill and Olathe. Now, the population of Olathe it's large, but we don't serve all of Olathe. It's just the tiny tip of it. We've had so much growth that just the few subdivisions like right around our school fill our school. Actually, over capacity. There's so many houses and little subdivisions being built right around our school. So in Spring Hill, the population is about 6,000. And then if you look at Olathe, it's about 138,000. Median age is about the same. And if you're looking at white and Hispanics, that's due to the population, it's a little different, but overall, it's pretty close. Average income is going to be a little more on the Johnson County side. And then the poverty is what it surprised me, when we're looking at 9% on the Miami County side and then about 5% on the Johnson County side. I was also surprised as I was researching some of that on the Miami County side, the most prevalent age group for poverty was the young girls, like 6 to 12. And Johnson County, it was more the 25 to 35 young adult women. That was shocking to me. It just showed me that maybe we need to reach out more to the young kiddos and to think that these kiddos are in our schools. We have two schools that would be in the Spring Hill, and we have one in Olathe, and which is the one I work at, and then one more that'll open in the fall. Property value is going to be more on the Johnson County side than the Miami County side. And then the types of jobs were about the same. Service jobs, it was health and education. In those areas, we also have like Garmin and Cerner, some engineering jobs that are available too in the area. Communication. I wrote the TV For newspaper, there's an online, the Miami County Republic. In Spring Hill, we have city newsletters. There's the district website and a mobile app, which we just got up and going. Definitely Facebook, Twitter accounts. The school's been working really hard to make sure that those are updated and they just get information out even daily and about meetings and just getting everything out there. Community groups, there's the county commissioner, we have the mayor, we have the city council. I also wanted to add the school board, the Chamber of Commerce, PTO, churches, and volunteers working in Olathe, but still being a part of the small town and the small town values of the Spring Hill School District. I really feel that it's the school board and the members of the chamber that I see a lot out in the community and our PTO and even the churches out and about in the community. I know the mayor has also worked hard in our small town to keep things going, like the park, just keeping it a nice place for you and your families to be. The city council, they pass the ordinances, they adopt the annual budget and set salaries for our city employees. Our city employees have always been really helpful. If I've needed something or paying bills or it's definitely that small town feel. And the mayor, he appoints members for advisory board, and he's been working to improve the city just to preserve the history and support the schools. That is a picture of a huge mural that they had an artist paint on one of the older buildings, but it has different things to represent the community and the history of it. I really feel that the school board and members of the small businesses, they really put themselves out into the community and even our school functions. I've been very impressed with our superintendent's ability to work successfully with board members, citizens of Spring Hill and Olathe, and city officials in Spring Hill and Olathe, which with our growth, he's had to appease a lot of different groups that have different opinions, different backgrounds, and he's just done a good job of being visible and open and making sure that everyone is heard. And I think that's helping some of the divide of some of our groups. The school board, Chamber of Congress, churches, volunteers, and our PTO have all been very successful in helping getting bond issues passed. With this growth has been an ongoing thing, and everyone has really stepped up just to support each other and figure out how to work with everyone and listen to their different opinions. We've had a very large increase in population just from 2010 to 2015. It's been 25%. The housing development it's growing very rapidly. The average income is greater than the average in our area. We're very fortunate. Most of the workforce is healthcare and education. The school district itself has been growing almost 5% a year. That's it's been a lot to take on. There is a little bit of a divide between the Miami County side and the Johnson County side. Just the value of the houses and maybe the income coming in, we do see a difference. The political structure, just looking at that, education and politics, you can't get away from it. They're related. That's what with the laws and regulations in education and the funding, our standards, what we're teaching. There's politics everywhere. The economics, it's everywhere. And I know that some of the teachers are very political and are up to date on that and on all the issues and are ready to be advocates. And some kind of keep their passion in the classroom. Maybe they're not out and about fighting for teacher or student rights, but they're in the classroom doing what they need to do. And I think either one is fine. We just all need to be a little bit knowledgeable about it and keep the kids' best interest at heart. I know that our administrators and our superintendent are very good about keeping up on the legislation and even making phone calls, and they kind of do the work for us and keep us informed, which is nice. They do all the legwork. Social tensions, the only social tensions that I have seen in our school is this rapid growth. It's the greatest social tension at this time. It's put a strain on us when I know they're trying to stay ahead of us for us, but our school is over capacity right now. We've been used to smaller class sizes. Even just 5 years ago started when I started teaching fifth grade in the classroom, I had 18 kids, and now this year I have 28. It's just growing. With a new school building being built, students and families in the fall, they'll be going to a new school with a new principal, and I know that's some people are a little anxious, some are excited, some are a little anxious and wishing they could just stay, keep their kids at our elementary. But with the new boundaries and the growth, we need to have people go to the new school. The southern edge of the boundaries, like I said, in Spring Hill, they really want to keep those small town values, and they don't always. It's starting to grow more there, but the heavy growth is in the Johnson County, Olathe area. So that's where the schools are being built. So at times they can feel left out, but Olathe, they see it, they're living it. They're like, let's do this, let's build more, because they're in it. The houses in Olathe or the Johnson County side, they're increased value. So coming with this new bond issue, they're like, again, but my taxes, they have higher value houses, their taxes are already higher. And now we're asking for more. So I've heard some comments about that. And then I've also, in the Spring Hill side, well, all these new schools and all this growth, but everything's being built in Olathe. So how does that affect us? Well, it's just, you have to build the schools where the growth is right now. And it's starting to come up in Spring Hill. So eventually, I think what's happening in Olathe will be happening in Spring Hill. We're going to connect soon. But for right now, that's where the tension is. For sources of information, I did put our USD 230 website in there. It's brand new this year. There's a lot in there. I think I could spend hours digging through that. And then I also put our City of Spring Hill website in there. They've recently updated that. And I just put USD 230, the Facebook, because they've really been trying to keep up on that and keep everyone informed. I've noticed that each class has their own little closed group, Facebook group. I'm, as a parent and a teacher in the building, that's good and bad. I'm in one of those groups because I have a daughter in that age group, and I think it's been nice to kind of help facilitate, keep that a positive note. And I think our parents have done a good job of keeping that positive, more than so than it has been in the past. Twitter, administrators have Twitter accounts, and then always, site council meetings are very informational. You can learn a lot, even just what parents are thinking about. It's kind of, they're smaller meetings, but it's where you can really listen to parents' ideas and what they're thinking about, and you can also share what you're doing at the school. PTO meetings, and then right now we have community vision meetings where the community is invited. Just all these different places you can get information. And our office is very friendly. Our principal has a pretty open door policy if parents need to stop in. Our teachers try and be a part of what's going on in any outings so that we are out and about talking to the community. The power structures, I really feel that even with our tension, the community is very interrelated. The churches support the schools, they support teachers and students, they give teachers gifts. Some of them work with organizations like Thrive that assist families to help them gain stability financially, and that helps our schools. It's helping the families that we serve. So it's all connected. We're all trying to do the same thing. The churches, the Boy Scouts, the Girl Scouts, they all use the school facilities, and just welcoming them sets a good relationship. Members of the Chamber of Commerce, they are visible, they are at school functions, they are supporting the schools, and I know also the people and teachers try and support them. With being a lot of the teachers live in Olathe, but with Spring Hill trying to start new businesses, I will see teachers even coming into Spring Hill to support them. So I feel like everyone's working together. They're supporting each other. And our board members are very visible in the public. They knew who I am. I've seen them at Target or out in the community, and um, as big as we are, they know who I am. So that's been nice. I would say that we don't have any multicultural issues. Because we have limited diversity right now, but we are very aware of it. We respect all cultures. We do have translators provided when needed at conferences or any meetings or sending note homes. And I have found when we have needed those, it's for the parents. The students have learned English, but sometimes it's a parent or one of the parents. So we make sure that's always available and everyone always feels welcome, even with different things we celebrate or don't celebrate or in the classroom. We embrace it and respect all. We've had people share different things and we respect that. We do have ELL services provided for students that need that. When discussing measuring public opinion, this is huge, especially, I mean, I think it's even different. You've got the elementary, you've got the middle school, you've got the high school. Since I work in the elementary, I focus more on the elementary, but I'm sure it gets even more complicated with all the sports and different things. We are a 4A school. So I suppose there's different opinions on the academics and on the sports and the buildings. And when you talk about public opinion, it's a lot. In our elementary area, much has been done to collect data and consider public opinion. Our superintendent really works hard to figure out what it is the public needs or wants, or what they're excited about, or what their concerns are about. We've done surveys asking the community what they would look for in a principal. We've involved parents and community members in the interview process for principals. We have vision meetings to hear what the community would like to see in a bond issue. We've done phone surveys to hear what they would like. And the administration is always visible and available to the community. This was just our most current. We have these vision meetings weekly right now, and this was our most current meeting. This link here is going to be basically the agenda and what we discussed, and then the second link is basically a survey that was taken after discussing some of that. So that is the end of my presentation. I enjoy our community. I feel grateful to be able to live in the community, and I get to see both sides of it. I get to see the small town feel in the community, and I also get to feel the up and coming growth of the district by working in Olathe. So it's definitely been a learning experience, and I need to continue to learn more, and I look forward to it. So thank you.